Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining. We'll give folks just 1 or 2 more minutes to join, then we'll get started. Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll just give it 1 more minute for folks to join in. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll just give it 1 more minute, and then we'll get started. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining today for the presentation on the SSL Product Image Upload module. For today, we'll be going through an overview of the policy and the submission process. We'll talk about how you can access the image upload module, go through the dashboard. We'll also talk through 2 different methods that you can upload images to your products. And so that's through individual image upload and then a bulk. And then lastly, we'll talk through the review process and timing of those images. So some introductions. I'm Aaron Fellman, Senior Technical Operations Manager here at the DLC. I help manage our review staff for product qualifications, as well as translate the technical requirements into a submission process for manufacturers. And for Q&A, we have Andre Kruzak and Adrian Martin. If you all want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Andre, and I'm a technical intern at DLC, and I'm studying electrical and computer engineering at the University of Albany.
I'm Adrian. I'm the technical analyst at the DLC. I've been with the DLC for almost 3 years now, and I provide a lot of technical support for various things.
Thank you all. So the A team here will be walking you through the process and answering questions throughout the webinar. Some logistics, we will be posting the webinar shortly after the recording for viewing pleasure, and then we'll have both the recording and the slides available. If you do have any technical issues, you can use the chat to chat with Adrian or Andre. Additionally, if you have any questions that you have that come to mind during the presentation or at the end, you can enter those in the questions pane. So feel free to enter those at any point. Adrian and Andre will answer them as they come in, and then also any pertinent ones at the end we'll answer live. And with that, we'll go into a quick overview. So in December of last year, the DLC announced the release of the SSL Product Image Policy. So now manufacturers can associate images to their products to display on the QPL. And this is optional, and there's no fee. So this is a different track than product qualification, since it is not a requirement, and there's no fee involved. To get into the image upload module, it's in the same portal that you are using for product qualification. So that will be on the website. You'll log in through the My DLC. After logging in, you can select an organization, and then you will click on Application Portal to take you to the portal. If you do have any issues accessing the portal, there is this Account Roles Resource Guide where you may not be appropriately associated to a manufacturer. And so you can review that or reach out and we can help you resolve that issue. After logging in and going into the portal, you'll be able to see the new image upload module on the left-hand side here. And then you'll just click into that to go into the module. So there you'll see a list of manufacturers that your account is associated with. So many folks, just have the one manufacturer, but in case you're a lab representing multiple manufacturers, or you have authorization to submit on behalf of multiple manufacturers, then those will show here, and you'll need to click on the correct one for your submissions for your images. After you select the manufacturer, you'll be taken to the dashboard here. So on the dashboard, you'll be able to see some general instructions on the right-hand side about requirements on the image, and then the two different ways that you can upload images. These instructions are also reiterated throughout the tool as you go through the process. You can see there's a progress tracker to help you see which images have already been submitted, or which products still need images to be submitted, so that all of your products have images on the QPL. And then here you'll also see the list of your products in a kind of dynamic view, where you can search, and you can also filter by image status. As I mentioned, there's two different methods to upload your images. So you can do that individually or in bulk. So first I'll go through how to do that individually. So from that dashboard, you'll click into the products that you're interested in updating. So for example, you can click on this one here, and then that will take you to a page where you can basically upload your image to that product. So once you choose a file and you select upload, that image will be displayed, and then the status will change to submitted. And I'll go through the steps after submission in a couple later slides. Then for bulk image uploads. So the bulk image upload is the right way if you have a higher number of products on the QPL. So you can upload images and associate them at a higher efficiency for larger quantities. So to get to the bulk image tool, you would just click on this link from the dashboard, and then there will be instructions on that page. I'll go through some of those in the next couple slides as well. In general, image URLs are used to upload images. So if you have your own image URLs on your own server that you use to publish images to your website or other channels, you can use those URLs through this process. Otherwise, you can upload images to the tool, and we'll provide those URLs for you to use. It might make a little more sense in the coming slides. So in general, there's kind of 4 steps. So there's that step 1, uploading your assets. And so those are your images. And if you already have images that can be used with URLs, then you can skip that step. The next step is to download the mapping spreadsheet, and that's going to be a list of all of your products. And if there's any images that have been submitted for those products. You'd update that edit that spreadsheet, and then finally you would upload it into the tool. So then for step 1, to get your image URLs, you will upload these images to what you can term as your staging area. And so this is a place where you can upload images to store on the portal to then associate onto products. So you would simply select files and then click. You would select your files. You would click Start Upload. You could also see images that were previously uploaded. This step will create the URLs for you to use in the next step, step 2. As I mentioned, if you can skip this step if you already have image URLs available. Then the next step in the bulk import process is mapping your images to the products. And so you do that through the mapping file. And this is just an Excel sheet. You can see an example here of it's going to have all of your products and any images that you've uploaded to the tool. So if you finish step 1, there will be an Uploaded Files tab, and then I'll have the name and the URL and the uploaded date for those images. And that URL is what you would use to associate the image to the product. If you have your own URLs, you can use those as well. An example here is just from the DLC website. Most images have a URL that you can use, and if you have that available through your own IT systems, you can use that through this tool. So after you have your URLs through your own means or through submitting images in the portal, you'll go into that Excel and then you'll just paste in the image URLs that you want for your specific products. You can use one image from any products if applicable. Model numbers may differ on the QPL where the image would not differ. After you complete the spreadsheet, you'd upload that into the portal for step 4, and then you'll have a confirmation screen that'll show you a picture of the image, the number of products that have been associated to that image through that submission, and then the model numbers that have been associated. Next, I'll walk through the review process and timing. So currently it's about 1 to 2 weeks for images to be reviewed. We're still evaluating that as it is most recently released. However, it is not a requirement for DLC qualification. And additionally, once images are approved and show as approved in the portal, it may take a day for them to show up on the QPL to work through the system. And you can see an example here of how those images show on the QPL today. If you have any images that are rejected, for example, if they had some watermark or the wrong image was uploaded, you had a holiday family picture uploaded instead of your luminaire, then that will get rejected, and you will get a email the following day letting you know that there have been one or more images rejected, and you will need to go in and upload a new image for those products. In the portal, you will be able to see the reason for the rejection and which products were rejected. To resolve those rejected images, you can either upload a new image from individually through the individual section, or you can upload it in bulk. And you can see here, this is an example of the individual where the first screenshot, that image was rejected because it wasn't an image of the product. And then the next picture shows a new image that was submitted. We do have some additional resources to reference to help you walk through this. There is a SSL Images webpage linked here, and so that has the requirements as well as some details on the reasoning and a video, which is also linked, which shows you exactly how to walk through the process of submission through both the individual and the bulk. And then lastly, if you do run into any problems, please email operations@designlights.org that we can help you resolve those issues, or if you have any questions that need clarification. Additionally, if you'd like, you can schedule a meeting directly on the website. After logging in, there's a Connect with DLC, and you can click on Ask DLC Operations your questions. And you'll be taken to a Calendly page where you can schedule a meeting. And at this point, I'd like to open it up for any questions that anyone has throughout the presentation. Feel free to put questions in the questions pane, and we will answer any applicable ones live. Hopeful that the tool is easy to use, and if you do run into issues, let us know if you have clarifications. Now is a great time to ask questions.
I'll get started reading some of the questions we have here.
Yep. So, should I read off the first one? First one is, can the DLC image URLs be shared externally?
I'll have to dig into that one a little bit. If you could you share the reasoning, and also we could reach out directly to follow up. Thank you for that question.
And the second one we just recently got is, if we update using the batch update, will it have to approve the previously approved ones as well?
So if you so during the update, if you do if you submit images and those are approved, then you can go back and you can submit new images. Another question, can we submit a picture while submitting other information? Thank you for that question. At this point, the process to associate images to products runs after the product qualification process. We want to make sure that the product qualification does not slow down at all for these images. So keeping it out of that original qualification was desired. But we are looking into more methods to make it more seamless as you get products approved to then add the images.
Can I also add on to that second question?
Yeah.
So for updating with the batch update, if you do overlap on one that was already uploaded or on one that was already submitted, then yes, it will have to get reapproved. So you should probably keep track of which ones have already been submitted or approved, because the batch update will try to submit and replace for everything that has already been there. And Eric, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah. So when you're filling out the mapping file, it will have columns for images that you've already submitted and images that are already approved, and so you can then only include the products that you want to update, and if you don't have new URLs for anything, then those will not get updated. I do see a number of good questions about submitting images at the time or during the product qualification. Unfortunately, at this time, it's sequential, so the products will need to be qualified prior to associating images to those products. We know at times DLC qualification can be an urgent need. And so we want to make sure that the review timing to get products approved and on the list is not impacted by getting these images uploaded. I see another question on images of accessories such as motion sensors allowed. So the product image should be representative of the product that you have qualified on the QPL. So if the product on the QPL includes a motion sensor, certainly you could include that motion sensor on the QPL on the image. If the model number does not include a motion sensor and it needed to be something that would be ordered separately, then that would not be appropriate to have in the image, since it is not standard for that model number.
Somebody asked about the possibility of video submissions for the future.
That is something that we don't have today, but something that we could look into in the future. Thank you. I don't want to give you all too much time back, so if you have any questions on how to submit images or the requirements, now is ample time. As well, if you have any questions later on, feel free to email operations@designlights.org. So one question came in, can multiple employees have my portal account for the same company. So on the account roles resource guide that I was sharing on an earlier page would be a good resource for this question in particular. So if you have, you can grant other users permission to submit on behalf of your company. There's no need to share username and password. Everyone can create their own usernames and passwords, and we suggest you do that. And you can, if you are an admin for your company, you can invite other users to join your company, or other users can request access. And so both of those methods are described in this guide here. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And just as a reminder for anyone who joined a bit late, the recording and slides will be on the DLC website under the news and events, on demand and past events. And there'll be a link in this presentation, and you'll be able to see that online.
Another one, are there rules on product color?
Rules on product color. Thank you, Andre. Good question. So no rules in particular or requirements regarding product color. The images must be representative of the product that is being submitted. So if your product can be, if a single model number is listed with multiple colors for the exterior, you could have one representative image for that product. Model numbers listed on the QPL can include various non-performance affecting options, and so these images are representative of that model number.
Also, can multiple angles or shots be submitted for a single product?
So at this point, only one image can be uploaded for each product. So on the QPL, you will see just a single image for each product. But that is something that we could look into in the future.
And another good question that came in, if the product has multiple lens types like globe, sag, flat glass, or is it just the manufacturer's prerogative? I think asking like which one to include in the picture.
Yeah, good question. So within a model number, any performance affecting options will be broken out into different model numbers. So if there are non-performance affecting options, like the exterior color or some other decorative aspects of the product, then it would be the manufacturer's prerogative on how they want that model number to be represented. Great questions, everyone. I'll give another minute for people to type in.
Anything on multiple LED types?
So I do see, yeah, a question on multiple LED types. I think it might be a little bit product specific. We will reach out to you, the questioner in particular, after this. Thank you. And then a question came in for, can we schedule a meeting for product submission as well? Yes, that is the original intent for this. So if you have any questions for product submissions, understanding the technical requirements, really, if you have any questions at all in the submission, you can schedule a meeting. We have that time blocked off to talk to y'all. I'll give one more minute for any questions. Okay. Well, I think the questions have slowed and the attendees are dwindling. So thank you very much for attending this presentation. We look forward to seeing your images submitted, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much.